Today's gonna take some getting used to talking to a camera and not feeling super awkward. But just gonna roll with it, pretend that I've been doing this for 20 years, haven't even been alive that long. Anyways, I have my laptop here for the Q&A that I'm gonna do later. So if you guys aren't interested in how I got started with my fitness and stuff, you can just fast forward to the Q&A. All right, so how I got started. Basically, fuck, this is gonna be so hard. All right, so it all started in high school. I was a junior in high school. I had just quit gymnastics, I'm pretty sure, my freshman year. I did gymnastics for 13 years. Started when I was 3, stopped when I was about 14. So maybe I was in 8th grade actually when I stopped. In gymnastics, you burn so many calories that you're basically allowed to eat whatever you want and still have abs. I was shredded my entire life. I never had to worry about any diet. I never had to worry about my weight. I never had to worry about what I ate or how I ate. So I continued to eat how I would eat in gymnastics after I stopped. And I just started putting on all this weight. And then high school came around. And my sister was a senior, so I always hung around like the older kids. I started drinking really early on. I think I started drinking when I was like 15. I was really young. So the drinking obviously was not helping the weight gain, and I just slowly started gaining weight. I mean, I did cheerleading, I played volleyball, so that kind of helped balance it out a little bit, but I was still gaining weight. And I remember going into my junior year, I really realized like, wow, I've gained a lot of weight. The last time I had checked, I was like 118 pounds. And then leading into my junior year, I was weighing around 145 to 150 pounds. So for a girl that's 5'3", 145 to 150 pounds, is heavy. I don't think I looked fat. I carried it pretty well, but I wasn't comfortable with myself. I was making all the wrong decisions. I was living a very unhealthy lifestyle. And the day that I decided I wanted all of that to change was actually because I was suffering from bulimia and binge eating for about a year straight. So that whole summer leading into my junior year, I was binge eating and then I was throwing up, and then binge eating and throwing up, and it was this constant cycle. And it was like I couldn't stop. And I knew what I was doing. I just didn't want to stop. So I had a friend at the time who was also bulimic, and we would always just like get high or just drink a lot and then go to IHOP at 4 in the morning or order pizza at 5 in the morning, you know, like do things like that. And we would both eat and just eat uncontrollably, and then we would just look at ourselves and be like, let's go to the bathroom. And so we weren't helping each other, and that's when I knew I had to make a change. I mean, my hair was falling out, started breaking out. My throat was always hurting because I was constantly puking, and I was breaking out probably from puking as well. So I remember one day, my mom had a salon at the time, and I remember walking into the salon and I saw this super fit mom. She was a mom and she was so fit. And I started talking to her, and little do you know, she's one of my neighbors. So she kind of helped me get started. She gave me like a little bit of a meal plan kinda. Told me what foods to eat. She gave me lots of whole foods, fruits, oats, things that I didn't like at the time, to be honest, but I knew that I wanted to make a change, and I knew that the first thing I had to do was cut drinking, cut smoking, cut everything that was taking me back, cut friends that were just pushing me back. And not bettering me as a person. I started the meal plan, and in the beginning, I have to tell you, I wasn't 100%. I was still binging on the weekends because I was restricting during the week, and then I would binge on the weekends. It was a constant cycle like that all of junior year. So summer going into senior year, I really started like taking it serious, and I would only eat clean foods. I wouldn't even go out to eat at all. I would take my own meals as if I was on a prep or something. I was crazy. I didn't even eat cereal for like 6 months. I wouldn't eat anything processed. I became crazy. Even as skinny as I would get, I always wanted to get skinnier, and I just wanted abs, and that's all I cared about, having abs. So I remember I dropped about 30 pounds in 4 months of taking it really, really serious. And I came back to school senior year, and everyone's like, oh my God, you've lost so much weight. You look so good. And so obviously that was just motivating me even more to lose more weight. And during that time, I remember people and my parents telling me, no, you're getting too skinny, you're getting too skinny. But I was so scared to go back to where I was. I thought the only way I was gonna be able to maintain that level of leanness was if I continued to eat in a caloric deficit. So I continued to eat that way. I dropped all the way down to 117 pounds by myself. Mind you, my stage weight now is 114 pounds. So that's only 3 pounds up. I dropped down to 117. Then I started at my gym, got started with a coach, and entered my first bikini competition. So I was like, I didn't even know what bodybuilding was, to be completely honest with you. I didn't even know it was a sport. I didn't know it was a thing. But I was like, you know what? May as well give it a try. I saw the girls in bikini, and I saw them on stage, and I was like, wow, they look so pretty. It's so feminine. I just didn't want to get huge. So I was like, okay, you know what, I'll give it a try. My first 3 weeks of my diet was basically a bulk, and I had no idea. So I was eating like so many carbs because he saw me and he knew that I had to fill out. I started putting on a little bit more muscle those first 3 weeks, but I obviously didn't put on a good amount of muscle, not enough. Of course you can put on muscle in 3 weeks, but you can't put on a lot of muscle in 3 weeks, and I needed to put on a lot of muscle. About 12 weeks passed by. I did my first show. I placed first in teen, I believe. Yeah, first in teen. I didn't place in open, but I did get first call outs in open. I just didn't place. And then right after that show, I was like, oh my God, I love this. I don't want to stop. I didn't get a reverse diet or anything, so I just started eating crazy amounts of food. I gained a good 12 pounds until I found another coach. That's my coach now, who I've been with for about a year already, at Prep by Will on Instagram. But he's honestly been the best thing that's ever happened to me when it comes to this journey, because he helped me get comfortable with food. He helped me stop binge eating after a show. He helped me realize that I needed to eat in order to put on a significant amount of muscle and to make the changes that we needed to before stepping on stage in 2017. I got with him in December. We started like kind of a prep because I was just eating bad and I wanted to get my crap together already. So I'm sorry, I'm getting sick. Of course, I had a few cheat meals due to the holidays and stuff, but I was basically already on a meal plan in December. So I started my meal plan, started feeling good, gained like 5 more pounds, but that was the point. I needed to put on muscle. I lost a lot of muscle throughout my last prep. I bulked, I guess you could say, for about 6 months, and then we started prepping for 2017. I believe my first show of 2017 was in April. I went into that show heavier than I had been ever for stage, heavier than I should have been. I was weighing in at about 122 pounds for my first show, and we kind of just did that show just for the fun of it, so that he could learn my body better, how to carb me up, what to do. I think I got like 4th. I didn't look my best, and I knew that. And then we took, how many more weeks? I think it was 4 weeks or 5 weeks later, dropped down to 117. And that was in May, the beginning of May. And then I placed first in my class there, and I got second in teen. We decided to do Junior USA's, which was 3 weeks later. So that was my first national show. I remember everyone telling me, it's so dumb to do a national show if you've never won an overall. Win an overall first, focus on getting an overall, and then get on national stage. And I remember my coach just looking at me and telling me, no, you got this. Like, you have the body to be a pro. I believe in you. We're gonna step on national stage no matter what anyone else says. So I was like, you know what, let's do it. May as well. It's better to show face than not show face at all. I competed at Junior USA's. I won my class. And I placed 5th in the overall. You needed to place top 4 to get your pro card. So I was extremely close to getting my pro card. And that kind of just lit like a fire in me. And honestly, I should have just stopped competing after that show, maybe taken a few more months off and then done like Miami Nationals or something in like November, but I wanted to keep going. I was like, no, I was so close. I have to keep going. I have to keep going. So I think I took off season for like maybe 5 weeks, and then I competed at USA's in Vegas, where I placed 7th, because my body was tired. It had been basically on a prep since December, but I still didn't want to stop after USA's. After placing 7th at USA's, I decided that I wanted to do Miami Nationals.
But Mama, you should make it like in a private area with a background.
I'm almost done with it.
Can I make a suggestion? Do it with a dead background. That's all very distracting. So you make, first of all...
No, Rod, it's really not a big deal. No, leave it.
I just want to show you something.
It's almost done, though. It's almost done. Let me just finish it.
But I just want to show you something.
But it's already going, so like...
I know. That's fine.
Let me just finish.
If you angle it from up here, see, it looks different.
Okay, but I don't know what, like, how to place it there.
Well, that's what you have to ask me, and I'll help you angle it. But if
okay. Next time, I will have a better angle for you guys, due to my stepdad. So, anyways, like I was saying, after USA's, I knew my body wasn't reacting as well as it was towards the beginning of the year. My caloric deficit ended up becoming my maintenance, which isn't really good because that means I had to just continue lowering my calories and doing even more cardio than I was already doing to continue losing weight. After USA's, I took about 8 weeks off, and I decided that I wanted to do Miami Nationals in November. So Miami Nationals was honestly my hardest prep ever. I had to diet down so hard. Hi, how are you?
Good, and you?
So I had to diet down super hard for that show. I got down to like 1,200 calories for like the last 2 weeks, and I was doing 80 minutes of cardio a day. It was extremely exhausting, but I wanted to go pro. I wanted to go pro this year. Like, I wanted to go pro in 2017. One of my passwords for my school, like, I think I had like a math class or something that you needed to put like a password. One of my passwords was IFBB Bikini Pro 2017. That was my I turned crazy. Like, it became my life. It's all I thought about. I wouldn't hang out with family. I wouldn't hang out with friends. I became like a zombie almost. Mind you, this was only like 6 weeks ago, so I'm speaking truth right now. I competed at Miami Nationals, brought my best package of the year. Like, honestly, I've never looked better. and I still placed 7th. So I remember getting off stage after prejudging and just crying like crazy. I cried for like 2 hours straight because I had just put so much time and effort into this show, and I really thought I was gonna go pro, but I didn't, and it's only gonna push me harder for the next show. But after Miami Nationals, since it was such a long year of competing, I did 5 shows in a year. I decided that I needed a mental break and a physical break, so I haven't been tracking like at all. I've gained about 15 pounds since my show, which I think personally was needed. I feel good. My lifts are amazing at the gym. But start after New Year's, so this is being taken on December 30th. This is being taken on December 28th. After New Year's, I'm gonna start toning things down a bit, stop eating out so much, get my crap together, because I've got some plans for 2018. So basically, I hope I summed everything up for you guys. I didn't want this first video or intro to be super long. If you want to know more about like my past and stuff, I've posted a few things on Instagram with some long captions if you guys are willing to read it. But that is basically it. Stay tuned for 2018. I'm gonna be doing a prep series. It's gonna be lit. And yeah, I'm gonna do a Q&A now. I asked you guys to ask me some questions, and I got a few comments under the picture, but I also got a lot of DMs. So I'm gonna try answering as many as I can. I don't wanna make this too long though, so maybe I'll do a just Q&A video eventually. Am I? Yeah, I'm looking at the wrong picture. Awkward, sorry. Yay, okay, I'm on the right picture now. I was like, why is there so many compliments on my butt? Didn't even ask for that. Okay. How long had you been lifting before you started competing, and how did you decide you were ready to begin your first prep? So I started lifting, I guess you could say, when I was 16. But I did gymnastics for 13 years before that, so I already had like the muscle maturity, like the muscle memory. So it wasn't too hard for me to put on muscle. I really didn't know if I was ready. I just kind of went into it, and my parents were willing to support me with it, so I just went for it. How do you manage to stay on top of all your macros so well? Well, when I'm on prep, I do a meal plan, so it's just easier for me that way. I'm gonna try doing macros this year for prep, probably the last 4 weeks, switch to a meal plan just because it's mentally easier for me. But I don't always stick to my macros so well, especially not now. I've been slacking for quite some time. But when I am on a prep, or when I am taking it very seriously, how I manage to stay on top of my macros so well is by eating foods that I actually like. I'm not gonna eat something just because it's healthy. I make all my food taste really good, high volume, and stuff to keep me full. So will I do a what I eat in a day video? 100%. Yes. Duh. I love watching those videos, so I'll probably do like a lot of them. My biggest success in 2017. I think my biggest success in 2017 was truly finding myself. I lost a lot of people in 2017, lost a lot of friends, but I gained the most amazing people ever. And I may not have so many friends, but the ones that I do have are amazing, and I really just learned how to be alone and like be happy alone. I think all of us always crave that attention from someone else, or you feel like your happiness relies on someone else. And I was always like that too. I mean, I always wanted to have a boyfriend. I always wanted to be with someone. I always wanted to be doing something, be around friends. But being on prep all year helped me have time to myself, focus on myself, And yes, I became a little selfish, and I should have gone out with way more friends, and I should have done way more. I missed out on a lot of opportunities because of prep, and I want to make sure that that doesn't happen for my next prep. I don't want to miss out on anything anymore, anything with friends, anything with family. But I really learned how to be alone and be okay with it. I'm happy by myself. I don't rely on anyone for my happiness anymore. And I think that was my biggest success in 2017, was learning how to be alone and being okay with it and being happy and focusing on my goals and not so much about what other people think. So my biggest success of 2017 was finding myself completely for who I am and not for what anyone else sees me as. Realizing that other people's opinions don't matter, and you should never rely on someone else for happiness. You have to focus on you and what makes you happy, because at the end of the day, you only have yourself. So yeah, I think that's my biggest success for 2017. What music do you listen to during your workouts? Honestly, I listen to so much music that I don't know, it changes up every single time. I've been listening to the new Cardi B song like 5 times in one training session. I like rap and like hip hop, and I listen to G-Eazy a lot, and NF, Train. Sheaves, shout out to Sheaves. He's gonna get me through my 2018 prep. I like listening to Future, Young Thug, things that make me feel hood, you know?
Please never say that ever again.
How do you balance school and this lifestyle? A lot of people ask me how I do it with school, and when you want something bad enough, there's nothing that's gonna get in your way. That's a big reason why I probably don't have much of a life, because my focus right now is school and competing and getting on that Olympia stage eventually one day. So I just get it done. There's 24 hours in a day, guys. The gym takes probably 2 hours. Then if you work, that's I don't know how many other hours, but I kind of work like for myself. So I had school every day, but it was only 1 class a day, so it really didn't take up that much time. And then I would do like my essays and stuff like whenever I had free time. It honestly wasn't too hard to balance out. It was tiring and it was mentally exhausting because I just didn't have enough food to have the brain cells to be able to fully understand my homework. But it got done, and your girl passed her first semester of college on prep. So if I can do it, you can do it. It's all about your priorities and how bad you want it. That's it. What can I do to stabilize hormones after being so lean? Increase your fats right away. Us girls, we need fats. So I was gonna do that when I was gonna reverse diet, but I just started eating like crap. So my fats right now are at 55, but they should at least go up to like 60, I would say, during your off season, at least. I think that's a good amount for a girl. Increasing your fats, eating a lot of whole foods. I have a friend on Instagram, actually. Let me show you guys her Instagram, who's very good about stabilizing hormones and all of that stuff. Jade Douglas. I don't know if you guys could read that, but take a screenshot. She stabilized her hormones. She does a lot of research on that, and she's very, very good at giving advice on that topic. So reach out to her, look at her page, give her a follow. She gave me some tips. I've been doing a lot of flax seeds, a lot of nuts, a lot of peanut butter. Just increase your fats right away after a show. How do you afford to compete? I had 2 jobs and still barely scraped by. LOL, and I'm still in college. Honestly, I wouldn't be able to compete without my parents. They pay for a lot of it. But now that I've been getting paid with my sponsors, and I've been doing some training sessions with a few people here, and I work at my gym, I've been able to pay for a lot of my stuff. I've actually paid for all of Miami Nationals. But they did pay the entry fee, and they helped me out a lot. So that's the only way I think I've been able to pay for all these shows, especially the fact that I've done 5 in a year and I've had to travel for 2 of them. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do it without my parents. Blessed. How do you stay motivated? I don't. Everyone always asks me that. How do you stay motivated? Motivation, this, that. Even the best of the best aren't always motivated. It's just about your goals and where you want to be. It's like when you're studying to become something in life. So let's say you want to become a doctor. Are you going to like doing all the homework? Are you going to like doing all the study, all the hours of studying and exams? And no, you're not going to like it all the time. But when you want something bad enough, you're willing to do anything you can to get there. So the days that I'm lacking motivation, I just remind myself of when I started and where I am now and where I want to be in the future. And then I get my butt up and I go to the gym and I follow my macros and all of that. And sometimes I slip up, sometimes I don't go to the gym. Sometimes I go over on my macros. I'm not perfect, I'm human, but I don't always stay motivated. What's the lowest amount of calories you eat to lose fat? What's the lowest you recommend? There's nothing I could really recommend you because everyone's body is extremely different. I know girls who eat who can be having like 2,000 calories a day and still be losing weight. So that is not me, but I know a lot of girls who are like that. It's all about you, your body, your metabolism, how active you are. So it has a lot to do with all of that, but the lowest my calories got on prep was 1,200. I don't think they should ever drop below that, just because it's not necessary. Do I speak Spanish? Sí, yo hablo español. My family is actually Cuban. So I'm Cuban, guys. I know I look very, very white, but I am Cuban. So I do speak Spanish. How old was I for my first show? I was 16. Goals to achieve next year: IFBB Pro, and to continue my studies. My favorite glute exercise. Right now, I would have to say, Right now, I would have to say my favorite glute exercise is machine kickbacks. You just have to know how to get the perfect muscle-mind connection, but honestly, those things get my booty on fire. Would you ever want to stop tracking and working out as much as you do now? For sure, 100%. I mean, once I'm done competing and stuff, I do want to live a more normal lifestyle. I do know how to eat without tracking. I'm doing it right now, and I'm eating way more than I should be. But I know that if I were to stop tracking, I could be able to maintain a look, a healthy look, a pretty lean look, just because I've been tracking for so long and I've been weighing out my food for so long that I don't need to track to know how much I'm intaking, if that makes sense. As for working out, I don't work out to look a certain way. I work out because I really, really enjoy working out. It makes me feel good. It's like my therapy. So I don't think I would ever stop working out the way I work out. I mean, if I have to take a few days off because I'm on vacation or because I go somewhere, of course, it's not going to bother me at all. But I just really enjoy working out. So I don't think I'll ever stop working out. My coach asked, why don't you listen to your coach? Because food is life. No, I'm kidding. I already told you I'm getting it together on Tuesday after New Year's, okay? Will you ever do the 15,000 calorie challenge? Honestly, yeah. I want my next video, or maybe 3 videos from now, I want it to be the 10,000 calorie challenge. So if you guys want me to do the 10,000 calorie challenge, comment down below. And if this video gets at least 500 views, I will do the 10,000 calorie challenge before I start my next prep. I promise you. Because I've been dying to do it anyway, and I've just been waiting to start my YouTube channel because I'm not going to do it without documenting it. So, because I know sure as hell 10,000 calories is too easy. So I'd probably do the 15K. to be completely honest. Like, I sometimes do the 10K without even realizing it. Like, 10K is cake for me. It's easy. So confident. How many competitions have you competed in? I've done 7 competitions. Was this your first competition year? No. That's it, guys, for my first video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give this video a like and subscribe down below. You can find me on Instagram at happyandfitk, Twitter Kristen_Gomez, and that's it. So remember, 500 views, 10,000 calorie challenge. Let's do this.